We have made great progress, and it is now that we are creating the delete method which will delete a region from the database. So let's come at the bottom and create a delete method. I will first start with the comment that this is to delete a region. And we will use the delete HTTP verb, so delete. And this will point to a URL similar to the get. So it will also point to the region's resource followed by the identifier of the region because it wants to delete a single region. So now we can create the structure for the method, which is public iActionResult delete. And delete will have the HTTP delete HTTP delete verb annotated, and the route for this one will have to get us the ID. So inside quotes in curly braces I will use the ID and will make it type safe by saying it's a GUID type. And in here in the method I can say from route I want the type of GUID and the name is ID, which matches the route name over here. And this is all the information that the delete method needs. It just needs an identifier to delete a region. So first of all, we will check if this region actually exists or not. So we will use the dbContext class dot regions resource or dbset, and we will say first or default x such that x.id is equal to the ID that we want to delete. Let's store that in a variable, which is region domain model is equal to that. Now we will check if the region domain model is equal to null. That means we were unable to find the region. Let's return a not found back. And if we were able to find it, let's go on and delete it. And we will use the dbContext class again dot region dot remove. So we have the remove method, and we can pass the region that we found in the database and pass it to the remove method. And finally, we have to save the changes. So dbContext class dot save changes. If you don't do this, it will not delete it from the database. Now we can return the OK response back. So we can say OK as an empty object because we don't really need any information. But if you want, you can pass the deleted object back. So if you want, as an optional thing, you can return the deleted region back. So because we have to return the deleted region, I will map domain model to DTO first, and I think we have a mapping already, so I will just reuse this. So I will create a new DTO and I will use the domain model to map from domain model to DTO, and then I can pass it in the OK response back. And if you want, you can totally send the empty OK response back. So now we have the delete method ready. It's now time to test this. So I will run the application. We now have the delete method in Swagger. So if I expand on this, it also needs the identifier to the region that we want to delete. I will try it out and I will get the identifier from the get all regions list. Let's say if we want to, I will take the ID from one of these regions that I want to delete. So let's say we want to delete the Wellington region. So I will copy the ID of the Wellington region. And if I come over here and paste the ID in the delete method, let's click on the execute button and see what happens. It comes back with a 200 success response. That means this region was deleted. I can confirm that by selecting on the database. We only have two regions back, which is Queenstown and Auckland. And you can do a similar thing over here as well in the execute method for get all. You only have two regions back. Now, if I wanted to delete this region again that is not existing. If I click on this button again, I receive a 404 back, which is the region was not found and the application was not able to delete it. So with this, we have completed the CRUD operations, that is create, read, update, and delete on the region domain model that we have.